Okay, I started this because somebody on YouTube asked me to show them what I got on vaccines. So we're gonna keep going with this, and I also made I told another good friend of mine that I would keep making these uploads. So we're gonna keep going with this right there, and we're gonna pick up with 12. Number of marks. Then we are told it goes by the marks that you must have a certain area, a certain shape, and a certain number. In fact, there are any amount of shuffles. As Cobbett used to say, quackery always has one shuffle left. Renewed laughter. When you come to remember that you can have no less than 70 different kinds of marks from the same lymph, it shows the utter absurdity of the whole thing here. Mr. Marson, who was the surgeon at the Highgate Smallpox Hospital, produced a number of statistics showing that the unvaccinated patients died at a rate of 35%. And then according to the marks they had, they had 1 to 3 or 4 marks, so they died less and less until with 4 marks it almost came down to a vanishing point. Mr. Marson was submitted to cross-examination before the committee of 1871, and then it turned out that a good many of those patients had died from what he was pleased to call superadded disease. If you're pleased to call something a superadded disease, you must be Dr. Fauci, because he added functions to that virus. Alright? Then he wants to shove something in your face. Alright. Japanese are laughing. Yes, they're just fun macaques. It's true. Before the committee of 1871, and then it turned out that a good many of those patients had died from what was called disease. That is, although they went in suffering from smallpox, yet there was some other disease they had got, and they were put down not as dying from smallpox, but from this other disease. Yeah, COVID-19. Dr. Fauci put it in your chest, and they told you vaping is bad. Okay, good. It is a most extraordinary coincidence that the more marks the patient had, the more they died from something else. This is just history repeating itself again. Then smallpox, laughter. And when you come to the 4-mark patients, of whom there were only 11, absolutely 10 died from superadded disease. So most of all of them. 1. Oh my god, the survivability rate. This is great. It's just great. and there was only 1 left, for the record of smallpox. Alive, And that one was made to record a fatality of 0.75%. So he's 0.75% dead? What kind of logic is this? This has been the sheet anchor of the medical profession for years. These are the statistics dinned into the ears of the medical students to prejudice their future career in the medical profession. These are the statistics which present, I have no hesitation in saying, the most glaring specimen of cookery ever penned by mortal man. I have to disagree with you there, buddy, because it came from China. And I know some of you might say, all this is made in China. Yeah, I know that. But, times are hard. And if you want to support this channel, you know what you can do. PayPal's on there. So, sorry, not PayPal. Cash App. It's done now. So, you know what to do. If you like what I'm doing. So, if you're with facts, Okay. The sheet anchor, prejudice. These are the statistics which present, I have no hesitation in saying, the most glaring specimen of cookery ever penned by mortal man. Cheers. I think I have shown pretty clearly that vaccination is no protection, that mitigation is false, and that revaccination is a fallacy. Number 12, dangers of vaccination. Okay, this is the part so another most important point is this. You may say, never mind, rather than have the bother of being summoned and the rest of it, I will let my children undergo the operation. What about the danger? Cheers. So, upon this subject, I will dare to say this. This is not a medical man in the kingdom. There is not a medical man in the kingdom, but will admit there is a risk. Before the Royal Commission, 6,000 cases of injury from vaccination represented with 800 deaths. This is the condition which we have upon the most reliable statistics. You know, these days they've actually graduated to just killing people and calling it COVID-19. You know, they don't even bother to inject you. They don't even bother to get you tested. You go to get tested, they never test you, and then they call you back and tell you that you tested positive. Because you're stupid. You wear your mask, you wear your diaper on your face, and you go bad, you know? Bad. If you're triggered, you need to think about shit. $800 deaths. This is the condition which we have upon the most reliable statistics, and that represents a very sorry fact. We're told by Dr. Bond that we should have calf length, but we must not forget that some of the most disastrous results which have ever occurred, and which have been recorded only recently, have only been the result of the use of calf length. And so terrified is the government about it that it will not sanction its use by the public vaccinators. Therefore, it is no use going to cowpox direct from the calf. First of all, cowpox, they want to inject you with pus. Okay? Pus. Hard pass. You may say, what is calf length? There are 3 kinds. Supposing you have the spontaneous cowpox taken from the sore on the cow's udders, a calf is strapped to a table and its abdomen having been shaved, about 100 punctures are made, and in it some cowpox matter rubbed into them. The calf is then tied up for 8 days. Tied up for 8 days. Tied up for 8 days. When it is strapped down to the table again, and this lymph by means of clamps is squeezed out of the various sores and put into capillary tubes, then the calf is let loose and sold to the butcher for prime veal. That is the spontaneous cowpox, which Jenner himself said was practically useless. With regard to the other kind of cowpox, which is commonly used, you put the matter from a child's arm into the calf's abdomen. Oh, so it's crimes against humanity. Wow. Wow. Yeah. Same shit. COVID-19, crimes against humanity. Sex crimes, medical crimes, all kind of shit crimes. Same shit, different shit. Shut up. Same shit, different day, man. But actually it's not the same shit, different day, because we have the Orange Man. And he don't take no shit. Whatever it's gotta be, it can be, so. Yeah. You put the matter from a child's arm into the cat's abdomen, and you stand a chance of getting some human disease of the worst kind, as well as cattle disease into the bargain. Yes, give me that COVID-19. Let me go get tested. The third kind is smallpox virus itself, with which Baddock inoculated no less than 20,000 people. They found enough people that they could do this to? What, did they grow these people in labs? Fucking clones? You mean tell me thinking people signed up for this shit? People still push vaccinations today, so. God damn. no less than 20,000 people under the same name, under the name of vaccination. So it's not vaccination. It's just taking the pus that you got from a kid and brutalize the cow. Then you call it smallpox or cowpox, and then you poke another person with it and tell them that, oh, this is going to keep you safe from this virus that I created. Just like the mask, you know? First they want to put it in your blood, and then they want to cut you off from the air. It's always the worst case scenario with these people, man. I don't want to quit. Even Sir James Watson said he could sympathize with and even applaud a father who would pay multiple fines and even undergo imprisonment rather than submit his child to such a ghastly risk. Cheers. He, Sir J. Watson, was then speaking about syphilis. So, Sir J. Watson, first it was syphilis, now they're talking about smallpox in these papers, cowpox and smallpox in these papers, and today we're talking about COVID-19. And who's pushing this bullshit? Not anybody who's your friend. So, I forgot the name. Liz. Shout out. Gotta let me shout out. Y'all know who you are.